Could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Yeah, my name is Jonathan Strauss. In 2017, I contracted Lyme disease. Had a lot of issues with my body, in that they were hard to understand what they were. They weren't like a typical symptom. After some time, years, it became clear that the left side of my body wasn't functioning right. I had had a stroke. Very painful, extremely limiting to my ability to walk a half a block or something like that.
What kind of treatments have you received so far?
I tried a lot of things. I tried typical post-stroke rehab. I tried being very active. I was given that advice. I made it just more painful. My condition does let me do things, but it would just get more and more painful.
Medication as well?
I really tried everything that's available. Nothing seemed to make any difference. I didn't have a diagnosis or a disability. I saw another neurologist after I got an MRI. They also told me, I don't know if it's anything, and there's no one can help you even if it is.
And you had another episode of something else after Lyme disease?
Yeah, I have cancer as well. After a while, I decided to make more of a priority of my health and just sort of, I have to find some way to do something for this disability.
What brought you to Neurotherapeutix?
I had tried something called PEMF, which stimulates your body with magnets. It's a lot like TMS, and I had tried that on my head, and I felt interesting things happen to my body. They weren't therapeutic, but I thought, well, maybe I'll try TMS. I tried that back home in Canada and was improving somewhat, but then I had a seizure in treatment. And that's when I realized, I need the best TMS and the safest and most sophisticated that there is out there. And that's how I found Neurotherapeutix.
What has Neurotherapeutix done for you so far?
So when I got here, I couldn't really walk a block without very serious consequences. To just walk to the bus on the corner, to go to the place I'm staying, things like that were not viable. Sitting up straight like I'm doing now was extremely difficult without support from my head. I'm now able to walk like 15 minutes a day, here and there throughout the day. I'm able to sit like this in reasonable comfort. And when I'm doing nothing, I have a low, moderate level of pain that feels manageable. So really got the ability to try to live out my life back.
I suppose that your condition, both of them, has taken the possibility of a normal life away from you.
It was more the disability than the cancer. What happens will happen, I don't know. But my day-to-day life was extremely physically painful. It was very difficult. If I lifted something heavy once, or I made a twist with my body, this would be very problematic for me. And I learned how to manage the condition. It meant a couple hours in the hot tub every day, an hour trying to stretch things out. It consumed all my life.
After receiving treatment for a couple of months in Neurotherapeutix, do you feel like you can return back to normal life?
I'll be able to do a lot more. I have the tools I need to make my life fulfilling. I have. That's worth more than any amount of money I can have access to.
Would you recommend this treatment to other people who have similar situations as you do?
I would definitely recommend it. The scan that is done looks throughout your brain in tremendous detail, and other TMS systems can't point exactly to a specific spot in your brain. My treatment was fairly complex, and there's absolutely no way any other TMS clinic could have done this. So I definitely recommend it.
Do you expect the results to last long?
Yes, I've heard that there's a lot of variability in how long TMS results last. Benefits that I have from a couple of months ago in treatment at Neurotherapeutix have lasted while we've gone on to treat other symptoms. I have every reason to believe that these gains are permanent.
Could you be more specific about the things that you feel like you can do now and going forward compared to 2-3 months ago?
Sure. For example, I have a 4-year-old son. That's an age of running around, messing around. It's not that I wouldn't do those things, it's that I would do those things and I would suffer a tremendous mind-breaking pain afterwards. I would be able to be the dad that I want to be, just walking, just going for a walk, and pretty basic life stuff that I was jealous of. Riding a bike, not going to pedal a lot, but just to sit on the bike was too hard for me. A lot of horizons have opened up for me that were closed before.
How was your experience with Dr. Moreno, Dr. Lowe, and the staff in Neurotherapeutix?
I would say it was a really good experience. It's not easy to try to do something different.
Do you have a message for people who are in your shoes right now and have lost hope?
People who are chronically ill, I have noticed, at first most people don't give up. You try, and when things don't work, most of us do give up trying. And I think it's very difficult to ask another person to have hope, because I know that wouldn't have moved me. You know, whatever resources they have, financial or personal, if you've tried the basic things and they don't work, you probably have to take some pretty big risks to get better. What I can say is that when I discovered that, you know, there's potential in this kind of treatment, and I ended up committing to it, I definitely don't regret the choice. You know, I can keep getting better. That was really exciting.